Hello, hello, hello everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals! And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring the LEGO costume Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Camarasaurus! But before we head on with this video, here are the Guesses PC contest winners, and we had 10 lucky picks, and here they are! Liam, Marcus, Andromeus, Yancy, GB Moin, J-Joe, Billy, Popsicle, Thanwin, and Renzo. Congratulations everyone, and now for our top 10 winners! KKL Patrick, Mr. KTO, Marcosaurus, Mr. T-Rex, Aiden Stevenson, Goji Fernandson, Hunter Hicks, Matthew Amar, Jurassic Rex, and Mechanic Tiger. Congratulations everyone! And I'll see you on our next Guesses PC contest. For those of you who'd like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And in the homepage, just click on the community link and it will lead you to all my posts. I'll see you there everyone! And now on with our making of the Camarasaurus. So first up, I was actually trying to sketch up the Camarasaurus based off the base figure that we have here. So this base figure is actually part of the review that I did a few days back, so check that video guys if you want to. Okay, so Usher is sleeping and I'm already prepped up the base figure for me to reconnect and build up our figure for the Camarasaurus. So I've actually used this saw and manually cut off each of the parts. So we'll be building up based off from my sketch here. So once I have already connected each and every one of it, this is how it actually looks like. Not much to be honest, but it will go a long way. So just to fill in all the gaps here and so that I won't have to use so much of the clay, I used aluminum foil to fill up most of the gaps. And here I'm already sculpting using epoxy non-sag parts A and B of equal amount. Just mix them up together and it will end up to be a really good material for you to use here. After it's being cured, it will usually set up as stone hard and it will be really firm. When mixing epoxy, don't use your bare hands, but after it has already been mixed already, you can actually use your hands and also sculpting tools to apply to your base figure. So just what I'm doing at the moment. There are several techniques so that your clay would be very smooth. You can either use water to smoothen the entire thing up or use powder. Okay, so here we have already completed the sculpt and primered already the Camarasaurus. Once the Camarasaurus is primered, it's now time for us to paint, and I'm actually basing the figure on some of the photos that I have here. So just that of the JPOG and also some photos from our Jurassic World evolution. I'm also using some acrylics here, paint brushes, as well as our handy dandy hand dryer here. So I mixed up some greens here, and it's actually a combination of the green, a little bit of yellow, some brown, and some white. So we're painting this on most parts of the creature, such as that of the neck, the head, the oh, hi Usher! That of the body, as well as that of the legs, as well as that of the tail. So it takes about 1 or 2 or 3 coats for this one, and in between the coats, do use your hand dryer so that it would easily, dry up, and you can hold on the figure without putting your fingerprints on the actual figure itself. And since it's a big figure actually, I asked DGX to help me out with the painting. So here at the bottom part of the figure, there's just a mixture of some white, the green that we have here earlier on, and a little bit of black. So we're painting this on the bottom part of the figure, the bottom part of the neck, as well as that of the tail. A little bit of information on the Camarasaurus. The Camarasaurus name actually means chambered lizard. It was a genus of quadrupedal herbivorous dinosaurs, and it was the most common of the giant sauropods to be found in North America. Its fossil remains have been found in the Morrison Formation of Colorado and Utah, dating to the late Jurassic period. And continuing on with the paint, this is just a mixture of the white we used earlier on and added a little bit of brown and some more green. This will be painted to create some sort of a transition from the white and towards the green coloration of the body. When it dries up, it will be somehow matte and will somehow blend with the greens. So continuing on, this is just a mixture of green, a little bit of black, and a little bit of brown. This will be painted to create the markings on the back of the creature as well as that of the head, the sides, and the tail. Some more info. Camarasaurus presented a distinctive cranial profile of a blunt snout and an arched skull that was remarkably square. It likely traveled in herds or at least in family groups. Camarasaurus is among the most infrequently well-preserved sauropod dinosaurs uncovered. And going again back to the painting, you can see that I actually first off finished the other side and then going over the contralateral side so that everything is somehow, balanced and also the same as that of the ipsilateral side of the figure in terms of markings. So I would suggest that you do the same if you're aiming for that Lego vibe. Did you know that the maximum size of the most common species, Camarasaurus lentus, was about 15 meters or 49 feet in length? The largest species, which is Camarasaurus supremus, reached a maximum length of 18 to 23 meters or 59 to 75 feet, an estimated weight of 47 metric tons. So here we're just finishing off on the details of the Camarasaurus, and one of the details that were not actually within the JPOG line would be the markings on the thighs as well as that of the forearms or forelegs of the Camarasaurus. This is actually based off from the Jurassic World Evolution Camarasaurus. I really like how the legs of the Camarasaurus there was actually depicted, and so I applied that to this particular work or custom of mine, only in JPOG colors of course, and I think it actually went well. So now we're painting on the feet of the Camarasaurus. The legs of the Camarasaurus there is actually darker than the rest of the legs, so we're painting it with the darker scales initially, but went off with another approach, which is painting the entire feet with darker colors. Since we're on the topic of the feet, did you know that each front limb bore 5 toes, with the inner toe having a large sharp claw? Like most sauropods, the front limbs were shorter than that of the hind legs, but the high position of the shoulders meant little scope in the back existed. So once we're finished with the legs, it's now time for us to continue on with the details on the back of the Camarasaurus. And here I'm just placing in several colors to make borders on the larger scales or larger greener markings on the Camarasaurus. And I guess that's it for our the making of the Camarasaurus for now. So I hope you enjoyed this and also learned something from what we have here on the making portion of our video. And now on with my favorite portion of this video, the assemblance. And first up, let's count the number of parts to this one, shall we? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 parts to it. Okay, so let's begin by connecting the head here with the lower jaw. Alright, chomp chomp. Now let's connect this to the first part of the neck. Then, let's connect with the second part of the neck, or the base of the neck. We now connect the base of the neck to that of the body. Let's connect the forelegs. Let's begin with the right one, or I mean the left, and then the right. Or was it the other way? Now let's connect the left hind legs here, and then the right. Let's connect the base of the tail, and then of course the last part of this one will be the tip. And there you have it, our Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Camarasaurus. Let's take a closer look at the figure, shall we? So here we have our Camarasaurus, and Evie here is really excited and riding his kidney here. And as you can see here, it's actually based off from this photo, which is the Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Camarasaurus. Also here, you will see that I have my old Camarasaurus here. The make or the base figure for this one is actually very different. It's one of those, battery operated things or dinosaurs that you have that are really cheap. We don't have back then good base figures. As you can see here, that the dewback head is a really good sculpt, but however it's really big for a minifigure. So I'm still saving that particular figure of mine because it has some sentimental value, to be honest. Okay, so we have here our Camarasaurus. The markings on the sides of this one is really good. I really like how the painting on this one turned out. The head here is really box-like and is actually based off from the fossil remains of the Camarasaurus. I had to change a little bit of that because the Camarasaurus from JPOG is a little bit outdated. You can see here also that the painting on the legs are more dark than that of the rest of the thighs, and I'm really liking how it actually has some gradient to it. Articulation wise, you can see here that the head can move several positions because it has different parts to it, much like that of the neck as well. Legs can move, the tail can move as well. You can actually place it on this upright position, much like how the Brachiosaurus was first presented in Jurassic Park. And that's about it for our closer view or closer look on our Camarasaurus. I hope you guys enjoyed and liked also this particular custom of mine. Let's now move on with the size comparison, shall we? So first up, our comparison would be our president minifigure here, Evie. He's riding this particular jeep, but if we're going to take him out. Okay, so he's actually excited for this one because it's one of the more larger sauropods that I've done so far in my career. So you can see here it's really tall. And when you are actually comparing this one with the actual Camarasaurus, I think it's just about the right size. You should agree. Right, so comparing our Camarasaurus here with some of my current sauropods that you'll see here, we have to place the Camarasaurus a little bit back off the camera so that everyone shall fit in. First up, we have our Jurassic World Alive Camarasaurus. The Camarasaurus here is a really peculiar sauropod because it has this extended dorsal spines on the back of its neck and also on the entire back as well. Next on our comparison would be this Beherosaurus, which is very similar to that of the Margosaurus, only that its spines are actually directed towards the front. It has this really good coloration to it, and it's also based off from the Jurassic World Alive Camarasaurus. Next up, we have the larger sauropods. This is my favorite, the Apatosaurus. This Apatosaurus coloration is based off from the Jurassic World LEGO game. That is actually where I started off, creating the dinosaurs for LEGO, since LEGO will, make those dinosaurs. So I made it for myself. And now my collection has increased significantly. Maybe soon I'll have a cabinet raid, but let me know if you'd like to see all my collection so far. Okay, so bye for now for our Apatosaurus. Let us now check on the Diplodocus. The Diplodocus here again is based off from the Jurassic World Alive game. This is one of the longest dinosaurs that I've done so far, but I think it's not as long as the Argentinosaurus. However, taking a look at it, by proportion, it's all neck and tail. And it's actually longer in terms of the neck than that of our Camarasaurus here. Wow! Oops! Asher is actually excited! Wow, it's a really colorful sauropod. Up next, we have our Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus is actually based off from the Jurassic Park 3 Brachiosaurus, and is also somehow similar to that of the Brachiosaurus of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I would want to have this revised somehow, but maybe soon I'll do that. But let me know, guys, if you'd also like to see another version of the Brachiosaurus. Look at that, I really like how they look together. Oh gosh, I missed the JPOG game. I wish I could play some more and have the time to do that. Well, of the last of our comparisons, we have to move a little the Camarasaurus, because this is one giant guy, the Argentinosaurus. I think I made this dinosaur around Christmas time or New Year's time from last year, and if you haven't seen that video yet, please check it out. This is based off from the Argentinosaurus of Prehistoric Kingdom. I like the way they actually interpreted the animal, and since Jurassic Park and Jurassic World actually does not have Argentinosaurus, I think. Well, it also has these spikes on the far back of the dinosaur itself, so I really like how it actually turned out. It also has several stud receptors on the bottom part of the figure. And that's it for our size comparisons. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oops! Oh no! Well, we just have to put it back, right? And that's it for our comparisons. Let us now have our species roll call. And we have all my sauropods here, well, those larger of course. And I'm really excited for this one. And there are other sauropods still that you may want to suggest, so if you do have suggestions, just please put it down in the comments below. I do read them up, and who knows, I might just have to make them if I'm interested in it. Also, our resident Eevee here would like to remind you guys that all of these creatures are available in our Extinct Breaks playlist, but I'll be placing individual links of all of these creatures in the description box below so that you won't have to locate and find them, alright? Now it's time for us to do our species roll call. Let's start with the Jurassic World Alive Behatosaurus, Jurassic World Alive Margosaurus, the Jurassic World Alive Diplodocus, our Prehistoric Kingdom Argentinosaurus, our Jurassic Park 3 Brachiosaurus, Jurassic World LEGO Apatosaurus, and the start to show here, our Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Camarasaurus. Yay! So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's it for now, but I'll be leaving you with some photo stills and also video clips of the Camarasaurus. I'll see you guys next time, but again, I'd like to say thank you so much for supporting the channel. Your views, your likes, and your comments and your shares mean the world to me. So thank you so much. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. And if you're new in this channel, please like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll be aware of all what's happening in Extinct Reyes. Also, please don't forget to support our other channels, Toy Universe and The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please watch their videos and support their channels well by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brain roar! Thanks everyone, and bye for now!